Jonathan Dowdall was born and raised in the vibrant, often tumultuous inner city of Dublin, a place steeped in history and marked by both beauty and struggle. Growing up in this environment shaped Dowdall's early worldview and instilled in him a profound sense of community and responsibility. His childhood was filled with the familiar sights and sounds of a close-knit neighborhood where families banded together, celebrating victories and sharing burdens. From a young age, Dowdall was acutely aware of the socio-economic challenges facing his community. He witnessed friends and neighbors grapple with issues such as poverty, crime, and unemployment. These experiences ignited a passion within him to bring about change, to uplift his community, and to create opportunities for those who had none. His upbringing instilled in him a deep-rooted belief in the power of collective action and political engagement as vehicles for social change. As he matured, Dowdall's commitment to his community led him to join Sinn Féin, a political party that resonated with his ideals of equality and justice. He believed that the party could be a force for good, championing the rights of marginalized individuals and advocating for systemic reforms. Dowdall was known for his dedication, hard work, and willingness to engage with constituents, which garnered him respect among his peers. In the 2014 local elections, Dowdall successfully ran for Dublin City Council, becoming a representative for his community. He was eager to address local issues such as housing shortages, crime, and social services, and he worked tirelessly to connect with the residents of his constituency. His efforts included sponsoring local sports teams, organizing community events, and promoting initiatives aimed at fostering a sense of pride in the area. Dowdall's charismatic nature and genuine desire to help made him a popular figure in local politics. In January 2015, Jonathan Dowdall was drawn into a dark and dangerous scenario that stemmed from a seemingly benign transaction, a discussion about the sale of a motorbike. Dowdall had been communicating with Alex Hurley, a man he believed was attempting to scam him. This belief, fueled by paranoia and a misguided sense of justice, led Dowdall to invite Hurley to his home, ostensibly to discuss the motorbike deal. What transpired next would shock the community and irreparably damage Dowdall's reputation. In a fit of rage, and perhaps fueled by a deep-seated fear of being deceived, Dowdall, alongside his father Patrick, subjected Hurley to a horrifying ordeal. The pair restrained Hurley, threatening his life while inflicting physical and psychological torture. The brutality of the act reached its apex when video footage of Dowdall waterboarding Hurley surfaced, revealing the depths of his descent into violence. This gruesome incident was not just an isolated event. It was a chilling testament to how quickly ambition and idealism could spiral into chaos when clouded by fear and aggression. The community, which had once looked to Dowdall as a figure of hope, was horrified by the revelation of his actions. The ramifications of that fateful night were swift. Authorities were alerted to the incident, leading to the Dowdalls' arrest. In June 2017, they were both convicted of false imprisonment and threatening to kill Hurley. Jonathan Dowdall was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while his father received an 8-year term. This swift descent from a respected councillor to a convicted felon sent shockwaves throughout Dublin and raised serious questions about the moral compass of those in power. The conviction marked a dramatic fall from grace for Dowdall. As a Sinn Féin councillor, he had been entrusted with the responsibility of representing and uplifting his constituents. Now, he was a man whose actions betrayed the very principles he once championed. The stark contrast between his public persona and his private actions created a deep rift in his community, fostering feelings of betrayal and anger among those who had once supported him. However, the narrative of Dowdall's life took another unexpected turn when he was later implicated in the murder of David Byrne during the Regency Hotel incident. This was not merely a continuation of his downfall, but a dramatic escalation into the world of organized crime. The Regency Hotel shooting, which occurred in February 2016, was a violent confrontation tied to the infamous Hutch-Kinahan feud, a bitter conflict within Dublin's criminal underworld. Jonathan Dowdall was charged with facilitating the murder, having provided a room at the hotel for members of the criminal organization involved. His connection to this high-profile case shocked the community further, marking him as a figure not only of local politics, but now also of a violent crime that garnered national attention. Dowdall's previous actions came back to haunt him as the events of the Regency shooting unfolded. His decision to become involved with criminal elements revealed a troubling trajectory. A man who had once sought to uplift his community now found himself entangled in its darkest corners. The contrast between his early ideals and his subsequent actions painted a picture of a man lost, caught in a cycle of violence and desperation. As the legal proceedings against him progressed, Dowdall faced a pivotal choice: to continue down the path of denial or to cooperate with authorities in the hopes of mitigating his circumstances. This decision was fraught with danger, as cooperating with law enforcement could jeopardize his safety and that of his family. Yet, in a moment of clarity, he chose to become a state witness against Gerry Hutch, a key figure implicated in Byrne's murder. This choice marked a significant turning point in Dowdall's life. He pleaded guilty to facilitating the murder, effectively shifting from an accused to a cooperative witness. This decision reflected both desperation and a flicker of hope for redemption, a chance to escape the clutches of organized crime while potentially securing a future for himself and his family through the Witness Protection Program. The implications of his cooperation were immense. By testifying against Hutch, Dowdall risked his life, but also sought to reclaim a semblance of control over his destiny. His journey into the Witness Protection Program would necessitate a complete overhaul of his identity, forcing him to leave behind not only his political aspirations, but also the community he had once served. The Witness Protection Program was designed to protect individuals whose lives were endangered after giving evidence against dangerous criminals. However, entering the program required severing ties with one's previous life, a daunting prospect for anyone, let alone a man who had once thrived in the very community he now feared. As Dowdall faced the reality of relocation and the loss of his former identity, he grappled with the psychological toll of his decisions. In 2023, the state spent over €500,000 on the Witness Protection Program, a figure expected to rise with Dowdall's entry. The program had never been particularly popular in Ireland, as it often demanded individuals cut off all connections to their past. Dowdall's transition into this new life, alongside his family, would be fraught with challenges as they navigated a world that sought to erase their former identities. Despite his cooperation with authorities, Dowdall's credibility was questioned. In a notable turn of events, Hutch was acquitted of Byrne's murder, with the court dismissing Dowdall's testimony as unreliable. This outcome highlighted the precarious nature of relying on witnesses like Dowdall, whose previous actions had created doubt about his integrity. As Dowdall prepared for his new life in the Witness Protection Program, he faced the duality of his existence. The man who once sought to uplift his community now stood as a symbol of its betrayal. The reality of his decisions weighed heavily on him as he attempted to reconcile the person he had become with the idealistic youth who had sought to make a difference. Jonathan Dowdall's journey from a community-focused politician to a convicted felon and state witness serves as a cautionary tale of how quickly circumstances can change. His life reflects the complexities of human nature and the profound impact of choices, both good and bad. The inner city of Dublin, once a canvas for his dreams, became a backdrop for his fall from grace. A reminder that the path to redemption is often fraught with danger, uncertainty, and the shadows of the past. Jonathan Dowdall's life story encapsulates a narrative of ambition, betrayal, and the quest for redemption. It serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between aspiration and destruction, highlighting the unforeseen consequences of one's choices. As Dowdall embarks on his new life, his journey will continue to resonate within the community that once embraced him, leaving a legacy shaped by both his aspirations and his failures. The inner city of Dublin will remember him not only as a former councillor, but as a man whose downfall reverberated through its streets, a tale of lost potential and the haunting reality of choices made in moments of desperation. That's it for today's video. Let us know in the comments section what you think of the Jonathan Dowdall story, and I will see you on the next video. Stay safe.